Hello traders and welcome. In this video we're going to show you how to set up and use the Trade with OTG indicator bundle. But first, as a reminder, trading does carry significant risk, and all information in this video is provided for educational purposes only and is not an offer or recommendation to trade futures, stocks, options, or Forex. So this tool set is going to come with two tools. It's going to come with this first one here, the ultimate trend. It's also going to come with the hidden pivot. And I'll get to that one here in just a second. But let's go ahead and go through the ultimate trend tool here first. It's a simple but effective trend indicator that provides trending trade opportunities, helps you stay in an existing trade longer to maximize profits and keeps you out of trades when the market is sideways, has the ability to use calculations from a different time frame while trading on any time frame of your choosing, meaning that you can be on a 5-minute chart, and that's maybe the chart that you want to trade on, but then you can have the tool calculate from a 15-minute time frame, giving you a different calculation. So it's like combining two charts into one. I'll show you exactly what I mean about that here in just a second. It's going to help you avoid the chop by filtering out the noise, and this is going to work on all chart types, time frames, and markets. Jumping into the tool here, you can see that we're on the ES on a 5-minute time frame, and I have the ultimate trend tool loaded here. This tool, as you can see, will help you with trend identification here. Again, you can put this on any time frame, any market that you want, but it's going to help you identify the trend in any market here. So if I were to back up, you can see how it identifies a trend really well there. You can see sometimes it gets into choppy environments. These are environments you do not want to trade in. Let's go ahead and go back. Again, you can see a nice trend there. You can see a pullback to this zone here. You can see a nice flip here. And then you see a nice pullback to this zone here, and you can see multiple pullbacks here as well. Now let me go ahead and go into the indicator settings here. So it is called the NCAT Ultimate Trend. So you're going to go ahead and go all the way down until you get to the NCAT tools. You'll see Ultimate Trend, and then you go ahead and plug it right here. Now with this tool loaded here, you can see you have a few different options here. So first of all, you have round MA, correct MA, and step MA. The round MA is just going to go ahead and round out the calculations here, and sometimes it can be very choppy. We'll smooth it out here a bit. The correct moving average will smooth it out even further here. So it'll keep you in trends here longer, so it won't flip over. As you can see here, it won't flip over as quick. Go ahead and get back into the settings, and then finally step MA will just have a much closer movement with price. So you can see it's almost right next to price here with multiple touches here. If you're looking for quicker flips, quicker movements here in markets and help you identify the trend quicker, then step MA may be the one you want to go ahead and select. So you have a few different options there. With the step, you can go ahead and let's go ahead and just turn that on. You can do the step size. So let's say I put it to 3. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. You can see that it's going to take a little bit longer for it to flip over. You can see it's stepping very closer. Well, it's still moving with price here, but it's a little bit further away. And so it adds a little bit of a buffer to it. You can see there, not as many calculations. If I put it back to 1, or you can put it back to 0 here. Again, you can see it follows much closer to price. So that's up to you if you want a step size. Adds a little bit more of a buffer to it, so it takes a stronger price movement in order for it to go ahead and flip. Same thing with iterations. So if I put 10 here, and let's see, you have step size of 3. All right, so this iterations is just going to smooth out the step size here a bit. So you may not see any drastic movements here, but there are small little calculations that are happening in the background. So you can go ahead and adjust that as you see fit. So again, step has the tool moving much closer to price. Round will just smooth it out. Correct will even smooth it out even further here as well. So you can choose which one you want to go ahead and use. We'll just go ahead and put everything back to default here. Now enable multi-time frame. So this is on a 5-minute chart, so this is a 5-minute calculation. But let's say that I want to have this calculate on a 15-period basis or 15-minute basis. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And one thing I want to go ahead and do here is add the amount of days here. Let's just do 60. All right. So you can see here that now this line is being calculated. We're on a 5-minute chart here, but this line is being calculated from a 15-minute chart. So it's not going to move as quickly. It's not going to flip trend directions here. It'll keep you in a trend longer. The levels are going to be further away from price here. So if you want to identify and stay in a trend longer, then using a higher time frame will be useful in doing so. You won't see those flips very quick. Now, you might find a time frame, let's say you find a 30-minute time frame that works really well, and you like how the trend tool operates there. Well, go ahead and put 30, make sure you put enable MTF, which means multi-time frame. Go ahead and enable that, put 30 minutes there, and then you can trade on a 5-minute chart with this 30-minute calculation. That's up to you. You can put this on a tick chart, volume range, anything that you see here. Period. So there is a period, moving average period that it is calculating on, which is 50. I recommend leaving that the same. You can adjust it here if you like. You can go ahead and do that. You can see it follows a little bit closer here to price. 50 is a good number though, and I would leave it there, but it's up to you. You can go ahead and adjust that as you see fit. It will adjust the calculations here a bit, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off. Data series, setup, and visual, go ahead and leave these the same. Under plots here, if you didn't have the colors, like the red and the blue meaning uptrend, red meaning downtrend, it would also be just a gray color. So you can go ahead and adjust these, or just change the style of the line. If you don't like the solid line, you can go ahead and put it into a dashed line here. Same thing here for the plot. You can see it's more of a dashed line. So again, that's up to you. Put everything back to default here. And what you want to use this tool, again, you can use this tool in multiple different ways. You can use it as a trending tool or as a trigger tool. So every time you see a cross, you go long there, you go short there, go long there, go short there, so on and so forth. You can go ahead and do that here if you like. But what is a popular way to go ahead and use this tool is just trend identification. So when you see that the price is above the line, you want to look for a pullback into the line. You can use a pullback with other moving averages, or in this case, you would use the hidden pivot to go ahead and identify that pullback. So let's go ahead and talk about the hidden pivot here next, because these tools work really well together. The hidden pivot tool quickly and easily identifies the hidden pivot in any market, helps identify the key pullback points after a strong move, features an easily and readily accessible button right on your chart, so the hidden pivot tool is always just one click away, and it works in all chart types, time frames, and markets. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the chart. So again, we're on the ES on a 5-minute time frame here. You want to go ahead and right click and then add into the indicators here. All right, you're going to scroll down until you see the NCAT hidden pivot level. I have two here, so I just want to load one. All right, go ahead and double click on that. It'll load in the configured box that you see here. And for now, just go ahead and hit OK. And then you'll see the hidden pivot level there. Now to go ahead and at this point, you can go ahead and use a hidden pivot level with no other customization. Just go ahead and left click, go ahead and add hidden pivot. Find your swing high, draw it down to the swing low. And then your hidden pivot is this light blue, or this thin blue line right here in the middle. And that is a level that you want to go ahead and look for price to go ahead and pull back to. You can go ahead and draw from low to high. You can go ahead and draw from high to low. It doesn't matter. Just go ahead and add the hidden pivot level here once again. Again, in this case, going from low to high. You can see we got to the hidden pivot level here, and that was a nice trade. Now remember, with the hidden pivot level, you can use this on any chart, any time frame that you like. Let's go ahead and talk about the settings. All right, so you can show the side buttons, this button here, or you can show the top button and put the button up here in the toolbar up here. The button back color, it's just cosmetics, back color of this button. The text color is white, the label color is black. The label size is 14, so you can change the label size, make it bigger or smaller. Data series, setup, and visual, go ahead and leave the same. The lines here, if you want to go ahead and change the color of the lines, you can go ahead and do so here. Just go ahead and go under diagonal. You can change the lines there. Under high, you can change the color or the style of the line there. And the hidden pivot level, you can go ahead and change that here as well. So real easy tool to go ahead and set up and hit OK once you're done. And then for both those tools, you should be all set up and ready to go. Now to go ahead and combine the tools, let's go ahead and combine it here on this chart. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the NCAT Ultimate Trend and then load this tool on here. Leave everything here default. And then right here, you can see that we start to get a trend to the downside, and you're below, again, nice thrust to the downside and a pullback. So you just want to look for shorts here in this case. So again, go from high down to low, and you can see we didn't quite get that pullback that we were looking for, but that is essentially what you want to look for. All right, so you get a move to the downside. Again, price is underneath the red line, so you just want to look for a long. Right now, you just want to go, excuse me, for a short. Right now, you just want to go ahead and look for a long because price is above the blue line. Same thing here. Price was above the blue line here. So you go from low to high, nice pullback into that zone, and a nice little trade there. Didn't really get a pullback here. Let's see, here was a nice pullback here early in the morning. Yeah, I didn't quite get that pullback down to the 70%. See if we have another pullback here. So here's where the system comes together really nicely. So again, we have the making a high, flips to the downside here, so we're just looking for a short. All right, so you go from high down to low, and you can see that you nailed the hidden pivot level here, and then it started to have a nice trade based off of that. So that's how you put the two tools together. Make sure that and I'm sure there's going to be other ways you can go ahead and use this as well. This Ultimate Trend tool is a very, very versatile tool. You can use it in a bunch of different applications here, as well as the hidden pivot level. So again, when price is above it, you're looking for a long. When price is below it, you're simply looking for a short. Thank you for checking out this video. I hope you found it helpful, and happy trading.